when I stumble around trying to type in the headline with my thumbs or whatever. But thank you for being here, whoever you are. Uh, and I just want to remind everybody that what is it, October 4th, this is the first. So you got 3 more days to apply for our October 4th grant, which is $10,000, and another one for $500. So we give up, and this is more money this month than we ever have. We usually give $15,000 a month. We're giving $20,000 this month. So there's about, 30 people will get money. And there's not many applications. There's a lot less applications. So the chances are, gosh, you could have at least a 10% chance of getting the money. Most of these, things like this that people have on the internet, you're lucky if one fraction of 1% apply for the money. But this is, all in-house, and it's only for members, because it's the members who give us the money to join. And the extra money, what we do is give it back to members in personal grants for people, because that's what we really are all about, is helping people get a personal grant, or a business grant, or an education grant. And that's why I think, and also what we're trying to do is help people help each other too. So everybody who's a member also helps other members. Well, they don't all do. We're too busy or whatever. Yeah, we all have that. But it's a chance to do that, and it's a chance to learn. Because that's even, a lot of members know more than I do in their local area. And that's where the key is, I think, in all this money, is knowing what organizations and sources are in your local area, because that's usually how the money is given out. The money is printed in Washington, D.C. over at the Mint. They just print away every day, print away every day. And see, they send it to the states, and the states send it down to the city and county and nonprofit organizations. See, in this country, what we have are a lot of nonprofit organizations that really do the work that the government pays for. See, the government would like to, help people, train to do something. Okay, well, they don't put people on their payroll to do that. So what they do is they give it to a nonprofit who can do that better and faster to do it. So they're the nonprofits get money from the government to give to you to improve your life. So that's why they're nonprofits. If they're making money for themselves, that'd be different. They'd be a corporation. Check this out. And so that's why you have to start knowing about the nonprofits who do things like that, because they're just another arm of the government. So you have government, nonprofits, and that's why I always say, when you're looking for help and you don't want to spend money getting it, it's .gov or .org. And that's what it is. And remember, you see the title here. What I'm trying to do is make people, and we have some wonderful applications of people who are trying to help other people. I was reading one yesterday, and I read all these. Wanted money for his brother's widow. The brother just died, and the widow is like 2-3 children, and no money and things like this. So it's a chance to help, maybe not yourself, but you could help other people. And I think, you have to grab things as they're in front of you. They won't come through it again, and that's why an opportunity. That's why we have regrets. We didn't take advantage of something. And also a chance to show your heart. Because that's what giving is showing that you have a heart, and you understand they're struggling just like you're struggling, and nobody's really that special in the world, and we're all in this crap together. But everybody likes to think, oh, I'm smarter than you are, and I guess that's part of the human, makeup too, because that's our survival mode. Or, I don't know, but there's certainly part of us, which I think is a more important part, is the heart. And that's what giving is all about, is sharing your heart. And how do you do that more? It's not encouraged, I don't think. You don't go to school to how to give away money. Well, I guess maybe if you're in the clergy or something like that, they do. Good morning, Friday. Have awesomeness and blessed day. Oh, I certainly will. It's actually what I'm involved in today. I have to do. I live in Adams Morgan. It's sort of like a bohemian section of Washington, D.C., an older time bohemian section. Now there's more hip sections. But this is a bohemian section, and they're having something called a Porch Fest tomorrow. So there are like 68 bands are going to be playing all over the city or all over our neighborhood on, I think, 28 porches. And each porch is going to have 4 bands on it. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 5 o'clock. So there'll be a band every hour, so from like 2 to 6 band. And our apartment building, I'm organizing a Porch Fest for our apartment building. And we have a sort of like a circular driveway in front of the front door. So the people are going to be playing bands there. We have 2 bands coming from the Porch Fest, and then we have people in the building that are musicians and things like that, and we're giving them a spot too. So I got to buy beer and soft drinks and stuff like that today and get this all set up. Actually, I sat in the lobby yesterday working to remind people about tomorrow, and maybe I'll do that again today. I'm not sure. So it's a busy time, but it's fun, and that's why, to me, if I'm not busy or trying to help somebody else, then I worry about me, and then the more we worry about ourselves, the more that becomes a rabbit hole that we never get out. So to me, giving or anything is a way to, it's mental health. But sometimes you can't give, you got to take care of your own ass first, and because if you don't take care of yourself first, you can't help other people. So that's your main job. So if you need that $1,000, you apply for it yourself. Okay. If you maybe it could be nice, but I know this guy over here, like somebody gave it to somebody who was homeless and needed money to start take a class, and he worked for a funeral parlor before, and he needed to brush up his skills to go back in that job, and so he applied for the $1,000 for him to go and get those skills. I mean, you're helping somebody else's life. I mean, you certainly aren't changing the world, but you change the world for somebody, and that's what we have the power to do. And that's what I hope that you helping other people as a member of Let's Go Help, or applying for somebody else that needs money more than you do, is a way for you to experience that wonderful feeling of giving. Man, I think giving is the most selfish thing we have in life, because it feels so good. I mean, don't you want to love somebody real hard? That's giving, right? Don't you want to, you pick up a puppy and you just want to pour your heart out in it. That's giving. So how, it's that growth inside, and I think it helps the mental health. Now I think mental health is going crazy in our country because of the pandemic, the income inequality, and nobody can get ahead, and all this kind of stuff that's going on. And that's not an easy problem to solve. But just by doing it yourself. And I think the best way to influence people is by example. If people don't, don't want to be told what to do anyway, it's more effective you show them. And that way, they could, hey, yeah, that sounds pretty cool to do. I should do that too, instead of lecturing or telling people what they do. Man, we're all struggling. Nobody knows what really to do in life. Yeah. And we're all struggling and guessing, and that's why I used to wear the question mark suit. To me it was, well, I just wanted to put on the outside what I wasn't inside. And to me, I'm basically scared as hell, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And growing up and trying to figure out the world, that's, I think, what we all are. And so any comfort you can give to somebody else in that same situation you are has to do something inside and in your heart and your brain and your mental health or whatever. And here's a way to do it. That's why I didn't, the profits, I didn't want to give to some nonprofit organization and some bureaucrats to solve some problem. That's probably important, but boy, just to give it right back to the people who are making this all possible, and that's members. And that's why I hope we can just do this 20 grand every month and give it back, to you who makes this happen. I mean, this is more successful than I ever thought of it. I was just trying to make a buck and feed myself for the rest of life, and this is more than that. And I appreciate it because it's you doing it, for me. I'm busier than I've ever been, and I love every morning. I can't wait to get up in the morning and start doing it all again, and seeing how many people that, the power that I may know a website, I may know a phone number that I could give to somebody that possibly, I know there's no guarantees, but maybe be able to help them. And I think that's why doing something for somebody else or whatever, at least if they're not feeling well, just to know that somebody else cares is almost enough. You know what I mean? We feel alone. Everybody's, you go to Google and everybody just wants money for anything. It's just not a friendly. They have smiles and they look nice, but their heart is really in your pocket, in their pocket. It wants to go into your pocket, than anything. And that's what capitalism is about, and that's fine. It makes the world go round a bit. But there's other parts of life and other problems to solve in different ways. So you can't use a hammer for everything. Sometimes you have to use another tool. And that's, I think, what giving is about. So I'm now by the White House. I don't know if you want to see around here. This is Independence Ave. I got Constitution Ave. Yeah, the White House is behind me. I turn this way. Oh, here, you see the Washington Monument over there? They still have, the flags are gone. Oh, they have those little white flags. Oh no, they're still there. Those 700,000 little flags for all the people who died in the pandemic. There's an art exhibit that has them all there. And you can go online, I forget what it is, and send a note to somebody you know who died from the pandemic, and they put it on little flags. And it's in the ground there. It's a cool thing, Maybe bring us all together a little more. Okay, I gotta go and ask questions. I got a bunch I see this morning. I didn't get there yet. Oh, you see the other video I just did? This is it's very interesting. Besides the money, all the money for college that the government gives out, it's $150 billion every year. Number one, fewer people are applying for it. Number two, it doesn't matter how old you are. Number three, it doesn't matter your income. You don't have to be poor. You can make up to $250,000. Number four, you could use it for training programs too, not just colleges. You want a certificate to become a massage therapist or something like that, truck driver, right? These things are able to be used for that too. Number, I don't know where, 5, 6, something like that. You can, if what they usually do, you fill out the form, and the FAFSA, F-A-F-S-A, I think it is, and you fill that out in the school. Well, and I would fill out the form now. They're saying, I show you an article there, it only takes 4 minutes. It may take you longer. It would probably take me a little longer, but it doesn't, so it's not bad. And you could do it yourself. But don't worry, you fill that out, you send it in, and the school will say, if you want to go part-time, full-time, whatever, okay, we could give you $13,000. You write a letter back and say, hey, no, I need more. And 70% of the people who write letters asking for more get more. Isn't that amazing? So people, it pays to appeal. I was saying that a lot with the business money too. That when, if they give you X amount of dollars or they don't give it to you, appeal. And look at 70% of the people who wrote a letter and said they wanted more money got it. And then you just have to ask. Who would have thought? Yeah, no, we're all fallible. And I've noticed that, in 40 years or more studying government programs, I see that so many times. Because what happens in the government, everybody passes the buck. So the government, if somebody doesn't like something that the government office is doing, you always have the right to appeal. And that goes to another set of bureaucrats who look at it differently. So they're always worried about something else than the person in the front line. The person in the front line screws up. So you don't know. But 70%. Isn't that amazing? So it pays to play. That's what it's about. So always appeal. Okay, so look at that other video I just finished. It's on YouTube. Or if you remember, Let's Go Help, certainly. It's there too, or will be soon. Okay, and so will this. Okay, so don't forget, October 4th, last day to apply this month. And if you're not a member yet, I have the websites in the discussion if you want. And don't forget, we'll have it again next month. Things look, we're not out of business yet. And we'll do it again next month, okay? I want people to know that other people are out there, that are genuine to try to help you. And that's why Let's Go Help. I'm trying to get all the members to feel that way, because they, particularly in where they live, they could help you more because they already applied for that, and I can. I don't apply to a lot of programs. I do. I got some business money last year, or I guess it was this year. So it's there for every age, and that's what this town in Washington, D.C. is all about. It's mostly rich people getting this money. I want to make sure the rest of the government, the rest of the people in America know about this. That's why I only charge $20. I used to charge $10,000, $20,000 for rich people. Well, and they're not fun to work with. Thanks for being fun and letting